All right, we've got one hot off the Law and You hotline today. We've got a question involving car insurance and a college kid. Joining us today are adult experts here in the legal world, Greg Fellerman and Ed Ceramboli. Well, to mix you guys up.
Wow. Wow. Is this your first day?
It is. I just started. All right, let's get to this question. Speaking of someone who just started, my son is coming home from college in a couple of weeks. He is 20. Should I put him on his own car insurance? Megan in West Scranton here wants to know what to do.
Well, Megan, there's a couple of things that you need to take into consideration here. One, your son's driving history. If your son has a pretty clean driving history, 20 years old, he's living in your house, then adding him to your policy is not going to be too financially burdensome. But if he doesn't have a good driving history, then it's going to be pretty costly to put him onto your policy because of his age. There's some other things that I'll let Greg mentioned about some coverage issues, but it's going to come down to a financial consideration.
And what Ed's talking about is basically if you put him on your policy, obviously he'll get all the coverages that you have in place. If you opt out and put him in his own policy, then he'll have his own coverage and you'll be separated, and that will avoid any exposure to you. But you have to figure that out, looking at the driving history, looking at his age, what are the costs of getting a separate policy, because usually it's a lot more if you have a separate policy. So they're kind of the factors you have to think about when you're making those decisions, because at the end of the day, if he's operating your vehicle, or I'm sorry, his vehicle in an unsafe manner, you may not want to expose yourself to that risk. So that's kind of a decision that the family's going to have to make. But there's a host of coverage issues that do come up.
All right, for our viewers that may need, we'll mention that. For our viewers that may need your legal advice, we have the slick new hotline, of course, but they can also contact you guys a couple of other ways.
They could call us at 570-714-HURT. They could see us on the web at 714hurt.com, and they can always call the hotline.
Or go to our Facebook page, and if you have an insurance question, put it on our page. We'll do our best to answer it on an upcoming segment, like today.
See, you guys get me all flustered when we talk the hotline. Award-winning attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Ceramboli, guys, thanks so much.
Thanks for getting our name right.
You bet. Don't forget PAHomepage.com or the sleek new hotline number, 570-706-7429.